What are the 5 considerations every programmer should know about?
Well, I think it's the 5 considerations that everybody or every programmer should consider. Economy, and then visibility, spacing, symmetry, and emergence. That's how we boiled them down a few years ago, myself, Frank Bushman, and Charles Weir.
What's the difference between a good programmer and a bad programmer?
Oh, that's a really hard question. You put me on the spot there. I don't know about bad programmers. A programmer who's not as effective as they could be might be a better way of putting it. The difference between them is that the good programmer, or the person that we perceive as good, is probably enjoying themselves. They're probably having fun. They're probably had the right environment, the right opportunities. There's probably something that they are able to find that gives them the sense of passion to drive through the software and drive through their work. And that's kind of clicked with them. So it's their enthusiasm. When people are enthusiastic and enjoy themselves, they will dig into a subject, they will dig into a framework, they will dig into whatever it is, and they will try to get the most out of it. And so that's one of the, and there's more to it, but that's an obvious distinction. Whereas when we consider someone to be a bad programmer, sometimes they've not really been motivated, or they're in a poor environment. I had the experience recently where I was told the programmers weren't very good, but when I spoke to the programmers, I thought these are different programmers to the ones I was told about. And it turns out it was more environmental. These programmers did have interest, it just didn't align with their work. They did have intelligence, it just wasn't applicable or was made to feel inapplicable to their work, and so on. So they came across as not being very good programmers, but actually I would have said that they were no different to some of the people I would normally consider good.
What do you think the programmers need to improve in the future?
Their ability to find themselves in the right position. I think the idea is awareness. That's if you can improve your self-awareness, that changes a lot. On multiple levels. One is the idea that you might not know everything, or the thing that you think is really good might not be the best. In other words, be open to the idea that there is something better, because we know that in about 2 or 3 years' time you'll be doing something different, and the idea is that you might be able to get there sooner if you're more aware that you're resisting when somebody comes up with a new idea or an alternative approach. You may naturally resist that, like the antibodies in your body reject foreign bodies. You're rejecting a foreign idea. So first of all, be aware that you might be doing that. This is a bias that you have to preserve your existing knowledge. So be aware of that. Be aware of the style of communication that you're engaging in with other people and through the code. That dictates not just your style of interaction, but also the style in the code. In other words, it's heightened awareness, just being a little more focused. You'll try out new techniques, you'll try out new languages, you'll try out new frameworks. You will speak to people differently, you will adopt an appropriate vocabulary and so on. It's just that little bit of awareness, I think. It doesn't mean turning introverts into extroverts. It just means just being able to turn the sort of the radar outward slightly.